God, Raw is incredibly boring.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. 3 hours.
It's been a really long time since I've just kind of sat on my couch and watched it in real time.
Yeah, because there's so many commercials. There's like a commercial every 5 seconds. And that makes it 10 times worse to me.
And it's all for Popeye's chicken.
Yeah. It's always advertising some fast food product.
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty Food Review. I am the report of the week.
Did you start the recording? Are we jamming?
Oh, we're jamming.
Oh, shit. All right.
Today we're going to be reviewing the cheesy tots from Burger King. Burger King's been on a bit of a cold streak lately, but I try not to prejudge. And we're going in.
How old is that guy? I remember he was on Tosh.0 like 6 years ago. So
yeah,
and he doesn't look any different.
I saw a CNN feature that said he was on very fake news broadcasting network, CNN.
Fake news.
Fake news. They had a profile of him. They said they claimed he was 20.
Well, according to
Review Raw.
He is 20. Yeah, he's 2 months older than me.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm 4 months older than him. Fuck that guy.
Internet phenom, YouTube sensation, the report of the week, ace food reviewer. He's one of those people who could be 11 years old or he could be 40 years old.
Dude, do you want to know what that means? He was on Tosh.0 like 6 years ago. That means he was like 14 dressing up in a suit.
He was a child. Yeah, he is a very autistic young man. And I think has become more autistic, but has also become more powerful.
He's oh boy, I'm looking. What's his name? I gotta know this guy's name. His real name
is John. I don't think his last name has ever been revealed.
He requested that his full name not be used due to privacy concerns. People want to find out where this guy fucking lives, and they want to argue with him about his opinions on the Cheetos Dorito things that they had at Burger King.
I'm being gang-stalked due to my opinions on the Frito burrito.
The mac and cheese.
Some say that the Frito burrito is excellent. I disagree. I believe that we're all entitled to our opinions. By the way, folks, welcome to the show. This is kind of an I don't know. Let's call it for now. We're going to call it Chris Benoit Weekly.
Yes.
I think maybe
covering all the newest Chris Benoit news.
All the hits. I think we should change the name of the show every week. That might be good.
Yeah. People have to keep track of us. They have to stay updated if they want to know where the next episode is.
Keep up on the pod. My name is Dave Crumbley. I am an Ohio and Michigan regional stand-up comedian. I go all over the place. I have been doing that for a couple of years now, and I've been watching wrestling my entire life. 31. And I've been watching wrestling for, 27, 28 years, longer than my partner over here has been alive. Jacob, introduce yourself.
You are truly pathetic, Dave. I'm so sorry. 27 years of pro wrestling.
Listen, at 30 years, they start giving me stock in the company. So I'm holding on for my pension.
Oh, man. Yes, my name is Jacob Barr. I am also a regional stand-up comedian, much younger than Dave. I travel with him all around the Ohio and Michigan area, doing terrible shows and sometimes some fun shows. It's a great time. I'm 20 years old currently, and I've been watching wrestling for about 6 years, because they say usually people get into it when they're little children. I got into it when I was like a sophomore in high school, and it was a very terrible discovery, and it's ruined my life.
The thing about comedians is that there's no mental difference between 11 and 75. So whether you got into wrestling as a 3-year-old or you got into it now, it's all the same. You will interpret it the same.
Oh yeah, it's a wild ride, that wrestling.
Jacob and I have, like, sort of a Banjo-Kazooie thing around the state where he travels around in my backpack, and we go on fanciful, whimsical adventures.
It's great. It's a great time. We have our cast of characters who are sadly not with us. Maybe they will join us in the future. Your other local regional stand-up comedians, fellow sad white men of the world.
Yeah, a lot of fat people in hoodies. Speaking of fat people, Nia Jax, she's obese. She's a real porker.
Yeah, but I think she's your type. I think if I saw you and Nia Jax together, I'd be like, well, that makes sense. A no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
Well, listen, you know, I have no problem with a big girl. I just don't like when crying about being fat is their entire persona. So the idea of having Ronda Rousey's first big title feud with Nia Jax, who brings nothing to the table other than a Frito burrito. She brings a double-decker to the table.
Maybe a whole bag of
griddle to the table. She brings... she kind of does the move that they have to do for me sometimes. If I go to, like, a small little cute diner, if I go to, like, the Adams Street Cafe in Uptown, they'll have to move all of their little cute novelty tables around. They'll have to put 2 tables together to fit all of my food. That's a Nia Jax table. She's terrible.
I love the pause. That's her. That's her. You gotta get this pause.
This is the review of the week.
I think she's okay. I thought that storyline with Alexa Bliss was horrible, because Alexa Bliss is like 5 foot and Nia Jax is a monster of a human.
Imagine being bullied by somebody you're 1.5 feet taller than.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. You know, she deserved to lose that feud. Like, why did she even care what this tiny little girl said to her? She could just kill her.
She's terrible.
And
she's really have facial expressions. Like, I think that's an issue.
Dude, during Backlash, right after her match, she gave this horrible promo. I don't know if you saw it, talking about how the whole world needs to stand up to bullies, and after every sentence, the crowd just like lost her more and more, and by the end, they were booing her anti-bullying speech. That crowd was
also like the El Monterey frozen chimichangas, and they come in the big blue wrapper, and they come 8 for $4.99. And you take those home, and you put them in the microwave, and you eat them all at the same time. That doesn't make you bad. In fact, it makes you good.
You're very passionate about your hatred of this poor woman who is definitely going to turn heel. If she's going to fight Ronda Rousey, there's no way she's going to be the face. So all this story of her defying adversity is pointless.
I don't think it is. I think this is just like, this is how they tell stories now. Just like, this is she's empowering, she's a woman, she's fat, that's enough.
Yeah, I guess. Go wrestling. The opening segment tonight was great as Roman Reigns comes out, which is I watch Raw. I usually at least watch the first hour of Raw most weeks, and it's usually just Roman Reigns coming out, gets booed like crazy, and then he's like, all right, you're going to see me 10 times tonight. And that's the show.
I fucking love the big dog, though. I love him. I'm way into the big dog. I continue to be way into the big dog. I don't understand what everybody's problem is with him, because to me, he checks off all of the boxes that you need to have for a classic sports entertainer. He's tall. He's handsome. He's got long hair.
He's probably
he used to have muscles when they would let him do steroids. He's athletic enough. He's all right.
He's just boring, though. Like, his attire is really boring. He was a fucking bulletproof vest.
Yeah, so did D'Lo Brown. You know, he was arguably the greatest European champion of all time.
I don't know, man. He's not my cup of tea. But putting him together with Jinder is definitely a great decision, I'd say.
What a feud.
Literally, their matches are just going to be 10 minutes of rest holds, and nobody's going to care. Although I thought it was pretty entertaining tonight. You saw the part where Roman speared Jinder through a wall that was obviously not a real wall?
Yes.
When he speared him through the wall, the camera pans to, like, the left, and you see, like, a sign indicating that this is clearly just, like a wall of cardboard. Like, there was no attempt to make it. It's just like, oh, they're in another hallway now.
Fake wall. Do not touch.
Fake and gay.
Fake and little F and G, boys.
F and G.
Fake and gay. Speaking of fake and gay, the big feud in WWE, it has to be Roman Reigns versus the fans, and they need to allow Roman Reigns to unleash hell upon these fans. They need to let him go out and literally just point at people in the crowd and just call them fat. You are fat and gay. Look at you. You're disgusting. And just, like, go to the crowd, like, find just the dirty fans, like, run his finger through their hair, bring the camera in, just show how greasy they are.
Because that's, like, a large chunk of the audience, probably.
That's the majority of the audience. Myself included, alright? No matter what wrestling tries to sell itself as, it will always be two things. Retarded children, okay? And fat men in black t-shirts. That's the demographic. I don't make the rules, Jacob. I just follow them.
Oh man, that would be great. Just out of nowhere with no warning, Roman just shows up, just starts screaming at all the fans.
Hey, you know what? You work at the gas station.
I make $5 million a year, and you guys hate me, but you still come to the shows.
He, like, literally just walk out and start screaming, I'm handsome! I'm handsome!
Just, like, take off the bulletproof vest, and, like, then he'll be all jacked and even more handsome. Because he looks tough enough to the point where you're like, why does he need this bulletproof vest? Does he think somebody's going to shoot him? Because people really hate Roman Reigns, so maybe that's why he wears it.
A hater might take a shot at him. Like, I think that's a legitimate tactical vest.
It's for his safety.
Mm-hmm.
Roman's always like, let me take off the vest. And Vince is like, all right, we get it. The fans hate you. One of them might kill you. We don't know, so we'll just keep you in the vest. We'll give you that really terrible logo on the front. That's oh my God.
It's like kind of Spider-Man, but kind of Sub-Zero. Yeah, I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be.
But like recently they kind of altered the logo, so in the middle of it you just see Roman, like the silhouette of Roman, which I think is the least tough thing ever. Just have a picture of yourself.
He's the big dog.
He's the big dog.
He's the big dog.
Like, that's the whole. This could all be broken down to that. You could be like, oh, Roman Reigns is this, that, but he's the big dog.
Listen, guy, I'm the big dog. It ends all arguments.
It does. He's the guy. He beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. He's the guy.
You know? He sure did. God, Raw was so boring. Is there anything else from Raw that jumps out at you?
Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins had a cool match. But
yeah, I really liked Sami Zayn's promo late in the show.
I honestly didn't, because, you know, it was a fine promo, but you just know he's going to lose. There's no way he's going to beat Bobby Lashley.
Well, he shouldn't. He's 200 pounds less than Bobby Lashley.
Yes, but, like, Sammy's the shit. Why? I don't know. There were some cool things that I thought. Yeah, the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match was good, but that's almost a no-brainer. They're gonna have a good match. I
really hated the ending of that match.
Yeah, it just kind of happened.
Where there's this sick, huge fisherman buster.
Yeah.
From KO to Rollins. Rollins rolls outside of the ring. Within 20 seconds, he's back in the ring, jumping up, doing the curb stomp. 1, 2, 3, like no problem.
Yeah, but he's CrossFit Jesus.
Yeah, he killed Sting. I will never forgive Seth Rollins for hurting Sting. The Stinger, the icon.
Sting was on borrowed time, dog. He was like 50.
Yeah. First off, he was way older than 50. Like 56. But everybody talks about Seth Rollins is great. Seth Rollins is this. He's Jesus. Wrestling is supposed to be...
Holy fuck.
But wrestling is supposed to be fake, right? That's the idea. It's a simulation of a fight.
Yeah, I guess.
So a big part of this is going in there, not hurting your opponent. I watched Sting in TNA for a decade. He had matches with guys like Abyss and Matt Morgan. He was thrown through tables. He went through barbed wire. He fell off of stages. He never got hurt. He has one match with Seth Rollins. He's almost dead.
Didn't he get hurt in the same way that he hurt Finn Balor with that buckle bomb move?
The exact same way.
All right, so that's a problem. I think that's more of a problem with the move than him.
And then he did it to him again. He gave him 2 buckle bombs.
Oh,
the first one wasn't enough. He had to give the 56-year-old man a second set of buckle bombs.
Hey man, he's CrossFit Jesus. What do you fucking want from me?
And he broke John Cena's face.
Yeah, but that was pretty cool.
Oh my God! Speaking of John Cena, that freak out on the Today Show.
I'm so glad you told me about that because I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting John Cena sitting between these 2 women drinking wine out of a wine glass.
Yeah, Kathy Lee and Hoda on the Today Show. They have. They do the third hour of the Today Show, and it's basically like it's a wine mom thing. It's a Tina Green special.
Name drop.
Yeah, hot wine moms to sit around and I don't know, watch stories on dogs. They have like a heroic dog or something, and they'll
you seem pretty knowledgeable about this. Or is this also made for you, Dave Crumbley?
Listen, Kathy Lee looks fucking good, alright, so...
Yeah, she does.
She still looks... I'm all over that. So, yeah, I'm a frequent viewer of that. But it starts off with, John Cena says the sentence, "I've always been honest with you two." You two, Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Implying that they have these girl talks very frequently.
Yeah. He'd never lie to Hoda. That'd be
that's his girl.
Up.
That's his gal pal.
I'd still love to marry Nicole. I'd still love to have a family with Nicole. So
my favorite part about that was he picks up the wine glass, and this is the most conflicting thing I've ever seen. He picks up the wine glass, takes a big lug of it, slams it down, and goes, "Oh man, I shouldn't do that. This is my shooting hand." He aggressively takes a sip of wine, very girly, and then goes, "Oh, this is my shooting hand. Don't want to break a nail."
Yeah. He was so confused by wine. He was completely perplexed by it.
So, oh, this doesn't have hops in it?
No, there's no hops, there's no barley. None of it won a blue ribbon.
Yeah, there's no PBR or wine. They're very different. Sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was weird. I don't... Did they reference it on Raw at all?
No, I think I mean, there were like a million ads for Total Bellas or whatever, but I don't think they mentioned it. I'm Googling it. Seeing if any. And Nikki Bella on the John Cena Today Show breakdown. I'm speechless. This is a fucking work, dude. There's no way this isn't a work. They're going to get an entire season out of this. They're going to have a season of Total Bellas with John Cena and Nikki Bella being like a little off and on, and then they're going to get married at the season finale.
If this is the case and they are working, I think it's a bad idea for them personally to like we're simulating a breakup, and it's like a real thing in the sense that she's moved out of that house.
Oh wait, really? Like that's confirmed?
Yeah, like there's a lot of paparazzi. Like it's hard to really work something like that in 2019.
Yeah, but
so if they are going all out on this, it's like they're really going all out on this. And, like, to do that for Total Bellas, which is, like, it's a priority, but in terms of how they value the programming, it's the third-tier thing. So I just don't think they would go through all of these hoops for the sake of a Total Bellas rate. It would be amazing if they did.
Yeah, I'd be impressed, honestly. It just feels like a work, I don't know, dude, just the idea of John Cena going on TV and basically crying and begging for her to come back.
To Kathy Lee and Hoda.
On TV.
Like, this is the one time John Cena has shown emotion on television. Sitting between Kathy Lee and Hoda.
I think this says a lot of him as a person. I think John Cena is a sensitive soul who in the past has had sexual relations with, I think, more than one porn star.
Yeah, probably.
It's pretty dope, but, like, now I think he's grown. I think there's been some character development in John Cena's real-life character.
Let's hope so. What else did I have in my notes for Raw? No Way Jose.
I fucking hate No Way Jose.
He's exactly the same guy as Adam Rose.
Exactly, and it didn't work with Adam Rose, so it's definitely not going to work.
And I know exactly what this is. The WWE programming is written by a creative team. Who's on this creative team? A bunch of fucking losers. A bunch of just geeks and virgins and just a bunch of real ghouls, right? And these people have never, ever been invited to a party. They've never been outside of their house. So this is their weird, fucked up interpretation of what, like, a crazy party animal is.
Just conga lines and people.
Yeah, they're always conga lining and dancing, and like everyone has these crazy costumes because that's what a party is. A party always has a crazy theme because that's how parties work in Can't Hardly Wait, which is their only reference for talking to women.
Can you imagine if they had a gimmick like the party gimmick, but like true to real life? And the Adam Rose character just comes out like strung out on crack or something.
He would have gout.
By a bumbling mess of drunk people.
He'd have gout. He's dragging his foot.
Just like an entourage of drunk people who just throw up all over the ring before they get inside.
Yeah, he'd be a real poon hound.
Oh man, that's... God damn it, dude! I hate No Way Jose. He was, like, kind of over, because, like, these gimmicks they work well in NXT. Adam Rose was over in NXT, and then they bring him up, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's too much.
Yeah, there's something about how big the buildings are for Raw and SmackDown and the pay-per-views. I noticed the same thing with Bobby Roode. It just, those gimmicks... Those NXT gimmicks that are very reliant on the entrance just do not work as well when you put it in front of 15,000 people every week instead of 500 people every week.
That's fair, but in these cases, I think Bobby Roode would do a lot better if he was a heel, which is why people really liked him. Because it's not always a failure. Nakamura's entrance always worked. and I think Finn Balor's did too on the main roster. I think it's just these fucking No Jose gimmicks. Oh man, that just doesn't work.
He's a party animal. That's what parties are. Everybody's conga lining.
But I think that gimmick, I don't think they'll do anything. I don't see him winning the IC title.
He will be off of television within 6 months. I guarantee it.
Let's get to the main dish. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas are hilarious.
Yeah.
That was great. That was fucking... They come out calling themselves the B team, even though they tried to be called the A team. So they come out and the entire crowd is doing the A team theme, and it was great. And they actually won, which was pretty surprising.
Yeah, I really like those guys. That was really... They're really funny. They have something with Axel and Bo Dallas, definitely.
I think they could have a great feud with Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. I think that could be hilarious. Them if Axel and Dallas they went to the Hardy compound, I think they could do some really funny stuff with that.
Matt Hardy might be the most broken down person on weekly wrestling right now.
What do you mean? Like,
just in terms of like how he moves. He's watching Matt Hardy run the ropes is incredible.
Yeah, he's
like
never
a
been in like
wobble
crazy
man.
good shape, I don't think.
Well, I mean, it's just a result. It's not that he's like super fat or anything. It's just like a result of falling off of ladders for 20 years.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy looks like shit too. Like he can't move at all, like, or at least in comparison to how he used to.
Yeah.
He can't do his dives anymore. What's a pro wrestler without his dives?
With his spot monkey instincts.
Those fucking young bucks, they fucking ruined wrestling, but they sold out a 10,000 seat arena in like an hour.
10,000, yeah, 10. This is a big deal. All In, the indie super show, going down in Chicago this September. 10,000 seat building. They sold out every single ticket today or yesterday in a half hour. That's incredible.
Yeah, I did not think that would I mean, I thought they would sell the thing out, but I didn't think so quickly. Even Jim Cornette, who hates all that stuff, tweeted. He was like, "Yeah, this is pretty cool. Good job, guys."
Yeah, I thought that they would sell the lower bowl out, the first row, like the really good seats early. But my plan was I was going to go to Chicago, and the day of go to the box office and get an upper bowl seat for $20 and watch the show. But yeah, they sold this son of a bitch out day one. I went to a TNA pay-per-view in that same exact building. It was a Bound for Glory show. And it had a big-time main event. Big-time main event, Sting versus Samoa Joe in the same building. And that's a big-time match. The building was maybe half full. 5,000, 6,000 people. And that's with weekly television. 2 hours of prime time building a show. So 10,000 people in a half hour, that is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and like they haven't even announced that many matches. I mean, like Okada and Omega are going to be there. That's pretty cool. And Cody's going to fight for the NWA World Title, which is pretty cool. But like they haven't even really announced any of the matches, and they still
Zero matches announced before they put tickets on sale.
That's crazy. And CM Punk's probably going to be at the actual event, which is pretty crazy.
I don't know if he'll be at the event. Unless they've got a TV deal. If they've got a TV deal, I think you could very well see CM Punk.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? Like, the biggest middle finger to Vince McMahon ever would be for CM Punk to not only go to the UFC and get his ass kicked probably twice now, would be to go to Ring of Honor and just be their big guy. Yeah, like if he started wrestling, he wouldn't have to do it as much, but he could still wrestle some really cool guys.
There's no reason to include Ring of Honor in this. Like, they've cut Ring of Honor out of the deal. This All In is just a Cody, Young Bucks, and their friends production.
You're right.
Right, so I think the idea is, like, they've kind of just run a coup on Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor's never done a building that has seated 10,000 people.
Yeah, I think they've only done, like, a little more than half that.
Yeah, I think their biggest, it might be 5,000, 6,000 people. So they've had some nice houses, but they've never done anything like this. So, like, they've completely cucked Ring of Honor.
Yeah, they hold all the cards now. Like, if this, well, it's guaranteed this is going to do well now. But just the effects that are going to happen after will be crazy, because they've proven they can sell out a 10,000 seat arena. They could have probably done 15,000, I'd say. Like, if they still had 10,000 that quickly, I definitely think they could have done 15. So maybe next year's, because they've already said they're going to do another one. Fuck, dude, what if they double it? That'd be crazy. I don't think, I saw a tweet, I don't know if it was true, but it said, this is like the fastest selling, non-WWE wrestling event to happen in like 25 years since something in WCW.
Right, I would say this is the biggest. I would say this would be the biggest non-WWE house in the U.S. since WCW at some point in 1999. So yeah, we're talking an extremely long time. If that's true, that would be almost 20 years. So
it's crazy. Speaking of WCW, what does your boy Vince Russo have to say about this whole shebang?
Vince Russo was supposed to appear at All In. They're having some kind of podcast convention. He was invited to do that, but then people complained about it, and Cody Rhodes fired Russo from the convention. He said that he was not welcome due to Russo putting out some comments that he deemed to be homophobic. Okay, basically, Vince Russo's whole worldview on wrestling is that all that matters are skits and interviews. And if you watch the matches, if you pay any attention to the matches, you are gay. Because, bro, they're in there in their underwear, grabbing each other, they're sweaty, they're hairy. It's gay, bro. So his whole mentality is, if you watch wrestling, you're gay. Which I don't know if it's homophobic as much as it is incredibly stupid.
Yeah, because, like, he's been... Okay, so, being much younger than you, I know who Vince Russo is, I know about his terrible decisions in WCW, but I've never heard the man really talk until you were talking about it to me this morning, so I watched a little bit of that podcast that he did where he was freaking out about it. And your impression was spot on. He's literally just like, bro, this shit's fucking gay. Why do you like wrestling for the wrestling? It's just, I don't get it. It's just naked, ripped men who are very handsome, but it's very gay.
I have never seen men, listen, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but I've never seen men react to the way that men who watch this wrestling react to. It's so funny with this guy.
Yeah, because like he's acting like he hates it.
No, that's the thing though. He does hate it. He hates wrestling, but he has absolutely no talent. And if you look at Vince Russo's resume, it's like wrote for WWF, wrote for WCW, TNA. There's nothing else. So, like, outside of literally going to work at, like, Walmart, kind of existing on the fringes of wrestling is the only way he can make a living in 2018.
Just by saying wacky shit.
Yeah, just by, and I guess there's enough people who will pay the $3 a month, which is how much it costs to subscribe to Vince Russo's premium channel.
Not even $5. Fucking
no,
$3.
Bro, it's the price of 3 Frito burritos.
That's ridiculous. I watched a video of him this morning, and it's just like him getting interviewed by some dude, and he's just screaming at this man. This guy's like making fun of him about his poor WCW decisions. He's like, look at that. You'll fucking thank me for this. I'm a martyr. I'm a fucking martyr of wrestling. You're gonna thank me I'm a god.
I am the Antichrist of professional wrestling. His books are insane. I've read both of his books.
Both. Not
well,
one.
He wrote two. He wrote, bro, 2 is the number that's 1 higher than 1. But it's also 2 higher than 0 and 1 less than 3.
Russo, I'm on his Wikipedia page. Well, he's Italian, so that makes sense why he's so angry. I'm looking at his championship accomplishments. WCW heavyweight champion 1 time.
Hell yes.
Oh my god, dude. This guy's a lunatic. Let's see. Online work. Russo's blah blah blah. Yeah, he's just doing a bunch of random shit. Oh my god.
But he hates, he's trapped. He hates wrestling so much, and he hates the fans so much. So why would you have him at a fan convention?
What is it? I'm curious. What does he talk about on his podcast? Does he just talk about wrestling?
He talks about, like, the 2 years he had success in wrestling. The
just
2 years
out.
he was successful. And that's a really sad thing. He'll go through and he'll, like, review old shows, like shows that he wrote. So he's sitting there and he's reviewing, like, a Monday Night Raw from 1999. He's had no creative success since. And yeah, at some point it's just like the snake eating its own tail and then eating its own face.
I love it. I love this kind of stuff. Just this poor fucking miserable guy.
He might end up hanging himself on Twitch or something. Like I'm really starting. I'm worried about Big Match John, and I'm worried about Big Dick Vince. Like I think that
would be the ultimate angle if Vince Russo killed himself on Twitch. That would be the ultimate swerve.
He killed Owen Hart on pay-per-view, so why not?
Oh my goodness. Well, I love me some Vince Russo.
I've been obsessed with. Earlier we were talking about him. He's my favorite fast food reviewer. He's the reporter of the week. Do
you like him more than Joey's World Tour? Do you know that?
Oh, yeah, I hate Joey. I hate him.
What do you mean you hate Joey's World Tour?
I'm Review Bra exclusive.
But Joey's World Tour eats like a disgusting pig, and that's
no,
really great.
Thanks. I like my fast food reviews with a little class, a little dignity, a little style, a little fashion.
But Joey's World Tour could definitely beat up Review Bra. There's no way.
Absolutely. I would know because if anybody fucks with Review Bra, they've got me to deal with.
Let's see. Oh
the entire regional stand-up comedy community are big fans of Review Bra. But I've become just obsessed with this guy. And it starts with, you watch him review the Cheesy Tots, and it's funny. It's just little weird looking guy. He's in a big suit. He's very serious about the Cheesy Tots. He's incredibly somber and sober and so serious about the Cheesy Tots.
And I kind of respect that, you know.
And I respect it, but it's just ludicrous. But then you watch like 50 of those in a row, right?
Great.
And then you start listening to his radio broadcast, his podcast, which is aired on shortwave radio, which is an incredible autistic technology.
He has his own radio broadcast.
Shortwave radio station. And then you start watching his 3-hour live streams.
You've had a busy day, haven't you?
You just become indoctrinated. It kind of, it's like, is this how L. Ron Hubbard got started? Like, people got into him, like, as a bit, and then it was like, God, this guy's onto something.
You lost me. comparing this motherfucker to the great L. Ron Hubbard.
Nebraska's favorite son. LRH.
I mean, he's got his own fucking Wikipedia page. And it's just it says a genre food criticism, which it's just hilarious. Hello, everyone. This is they have his quotes. They have a list of quotes. I was watching the one video he did today where he like ordered a cheeseburger and he said he drove like a half hour to get it and they like gave him the wrong thing.
I also watched that one recently.
And he's like I'm just so angry. I drive all this way to get a product and I don't get the product and I'm genuinely upset.
But it's okay. It's like just the way he's talking himself. He's like using all of his self-soothing techniques that he's been taught. Like he's a fascinating people. If you take anything from this podcast, go to YouTube and watch the review of the week. Just kind of check him out a little bit. Also, check out L. Ron Hubbard. He's a cool guy.
He's got a couple books, I hear.
Yeah, wrote a good book called Dianetics. So,
do you think if I like trolled through incel message boards, would I find the report of the week guy? Do you think he's hiding somewhere in that community?
I'm pretty sure he's an alt-right guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because Ben Garrison, who is like the alt-right cartoonist, he puts out books just like any other cartoonist. Like you get your Jim Davis, Garfield volume collection. Ben Garrison does the same thing, but instead of a fat orange cat, it's just racism. And one of his books has been prominently displayed on Review Bra's bookshelf in videos.
Huh. Well, I just found a quote from Review Bra saying that I am not associated in any way with the alt-right. Many 4chan users have made memes out of me and tried to forcefully associate my channel with the alt-right through Photoshops back in 2016. Miserable time for the channel, but I'm still here, though, through all of it. As others have mentioned, I keep politics out of this channel. Very well put together statement on his own Reddit.
It's a...
I
gotta subscribe to the Review Bra subreddit.
It seems very active. Holy shit, 23,000 active readers. I literally just Googled report of the week and alt-right, and surprisingly, a lot of things popped up.
Today on Running on Empty, we're going to be reviewing the White Ethno-State.
We're going to be reviewing the most recent Richard Spencer rally.
Mm-hmm. I think that Richard Spencer, as I like to call him, old Richie S., I thought that he brought up some interesting points about the Jews.
Oh my goodness. All the comments on this poster are just like upset that he's not alt-right. Like if he was, that would be fucking hilarious.
I just don't know why you would have that Ben Garrison book and have it so prominently displayed. I don't know.
It's a conspiracy theory.
It could be a psyop. I don't know. All right, Jacob, we're at 45. Do you have anything else?
I mean, I do not. I think we've delved.
I think we covered it.
We plundered our loot for the night.
Yeah, I thought episode 1 was pretty good. I'm Dave Crumbley. That's Jacob Barr. If you're in the Toledo area, Detroit area, Ohio, Michigan, whatever, June 21st, it's going to be a big comedy showcase on the rooftops of Fleetwood's, downtown Toledo. Thursday night, June 21st, 8 p.m. on the rooftops overlooking downtown Toledo. We're going to have a great comedy showcase. Come check it out. I'm Dave Crumbley. He's Jacob Barr. We'll catch you next week.